Thank you. This is Ronnie B., and this is Living Wealthy Relationships, a New Day. This is session number 4, The Occurring World of Integrity. I am here with my sisters from another mother, Diva Nakia and Diva Nikki, and before we kick it off, we do have a little treat to get everybody in a prosperous mood. Let's hear it.
Speak to me, tell me what you have in mind. I'm listening. Your melody, my soul, have no boundaries. No, you stimulate me, bring me deep tranquility. When I close my eyes, my fingertips are all I need to show you what I see when my eyes are closed. And nothing feels more naturally than to lose control when my eyes are closed. They're closed. They're closed. They're closed. I feel you the most. Can't help but to flow. Take me on a journey, quaint fantasy. I'm so secure. I'm yours to lead. Free me, yeah. Oh yeah. My fingertips are all I need to show you what I see when my eyes are closed. And nothing feels more naturally than to lose control when my eyes close.
All right, snap, snap, toe tap. And tonight's workshop is Integrity as Workability, the occurring world of integrity as workability, partnership keys to success, the conversation matrix, those strategies, the Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster from the Empress of Faith herself. But right now, let's get the seminar started. Diva Nikki, over to you.
Well, all right. The occurring world of integrity. Thank you for joining us tonight for session number 4 of Living Wealthy Relationships, a New Day. I am Diva Nikki, and I am leading this course with none other than Diva Nakia and Ronnie B. Living wealthy is for having the prosperous life you desire, the passion you dream of, the spirit of goodwill and love in all your interactions with others. Being free to express yourself, giving yourself fully to all of life. Thank you. Our prayers go out to the people of the world dealing with all of the recent natural disasters. We continue to thank everyone for their support, and we continue to ask for the prayers and support. Now, we had a 2-week break, so let's see what has opened up for the team. Who wants to go first? Okay, me. Okay, I'm glad to go. Glad you saw my eagerness. So, something that opened up for me during this time was in being and in having. So in the being was a conversation that I had with someone that I was dating, where I felt like, where I acknowledged through conversation with myself and then with them that it was not fulfilling for me at this point, and I want to take my energy and put it somewhere else, and my focus on my business and my trading, right? But and saying it all and doing it all in love, right? So in the being, right? In the being, there was no, in our conversations, there was no finger pointed, you're wrong for this, or, you should meet this standard, and, or it's just about how my feelings matter more and how you make me feel like, right, holding anybody that's responsible. It was all about just being true with who we were as individuals and in this process, and allowing each other to just be, right? So now, when the last couple of weeks, he had been sending me messages, really reaching out and everything, and I picked up the phone and I called, and we just had a conversation, like just about where we were, and and what was going on, like what I was doing, and vice versa. And it was all about being. It was at that moment. That's all it was about for me. It was just about being. I heard him say, and I felt him saying, and I read him saying that he missed me, and he just wanted to talk. And there was nothing wrong with that. And in that being, and in those conversations of just being, there was so much peace, there was so much calm, there was so much fun, there was so much laughter, and there was so much love in just being.
Wow. Wow. Diva Nikki, we might have to charge you double to teach the course. People say, "No, I don't want to attend I want to. You know what? Yeah, I want to teach the course." That is so awesome, and it is so powerful. Our strategies are designed so that someone's going to come out being wrong. Something is at fault because it's compensating always for failure to be. Something went wrong, and we weren't. Whoever we were being, it wasn't enough. So in the face of your strategy, you chose being your authentic self.
Yeah.
And now here's the key. You had to keep doing it.
Right.
Yeah, here's the key. It wasn't well done. No, you said you had to keep bringing that forward because it's not automatic. What's automatic is the strategy. Yeah, that's the automatic strategy. That's the darn machinery, strategy. So you had to bring something. And oftentimes we'll make the mistake of thinking we got it handled.
You're right.
Yeah, we got it handled. No, you don't. And it's wrong if it didn't get handled, then something's wrong here. That's the machinery all over again. That's why we call it the what? Conversation matrix.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you had to bring, because you had to step outside, as they would say, like outside the box. You had to step outside the matrix. That's the only way you can bring something forth.
And let me tell you, it felt great. It felt great, and it felt free. It was so relaxing.
No shame, fault. Gosh darn. There's an other side to that called relaxing and oh shoot. Yeah, we charge you triple to teach this course. well, Deepa, I know we got a lot of material this week, so I'm going to give just a really brief, short share, or was there something else you needed to say to complete that?
One more thing, and then that was having. I'm going to be really quick about that so that we can move on and you guys can share too. So in my trades last week, I had been holding on to some of my trades a little bit longer, and things started going a little different, and I went the opposite direction. And finally, I put on my big girl underwear, and I said, you know what? I am tripping over pennies and missing dollars. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this go, because what I'm holding on to is stopping me from having in abundance. And when I did, it felt so, once again, guys and girls and ladies and men, it felt so great. It felt so freeing. And I had so much more waiting on the other side if I was just willing to let that go. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. And just a comment, some of us don't get that. Our strategies have us play to avoid losing instead of playing to have. Yeah, and and you'd be surprised, like you said, in your in an aspect of your business, you're like, hey, wait just a minute. So for those who are like wondering if this is all consider that that's one of your strategies. Wow, there's so much happened, but I say one of the biggest breakthroughs, because there was just so much stuff I was in my relationship with my younger sister, who's I'm the oldest, and she's the oldest girl. Okay, so she's like right under me, and her concern was with my mother's health. Now, your parents get up there in years, you have concerns about their health and their well-being. And she called me to share the concern. And she said, hey, Ronnie, this is my concern with my with mom's health, and we've been trying to talk to her, get her to deal with this, and you know how mom can be. She'll be a martyr and die for everybody else, but no one can help her, take care of herself. And if they do, she gets upset and does her thing. So after the 5th time that she repeated that to me, she acknowledged that I know you got that the first time, but I just had to say it. Now, that was actually a shift in our conversations. And part of it is she would leave in the conversation that I didn't get it, that I did not get her communication. Regardless of the way I acknowledged it, it didn't land for her as I really, really, truly got it. Now,
wow.
Now, I didn't do anything different than I had been doing. I did not. In the world of doing, I listened. What I got present to was that the conversation that we're having, the way I'm being, I may not be present to. So I might be naturally being loving and empathetic, but for me, I'm present to what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I'm doing, so I'm doing, what a brother should be doing, listening to his sister about her concerns about her mother's well-being.
Yes.
That's what I'm present to, because the world that had the world, my occurring world, is created around my sisters from another mother.
Mhm. Mhm.
Which is the world of prosperity. So I don't have to think about that. That's the water I swim in. It's odd for it not to occur that way. But I got present to that she got caught up in my world. And in my world, there's peace, there's a way, there's authenticity, there's power, there's faith. Faith. Yeah, there's faith in your word and what you create. So,
Right.
so it was just really, I'm like, wow, and she really got it, and she got it where I could make a difference for her, not my mother, for her. And the difference I was able to make was to speak the truth, and the truth simply was, you're correct. Our mother's going to behave the way that our mother behaves. And everything you say is to her about it will not make a difference. And that does not mean stop saying it. Because it may. But if you operate with an expectation it will, then all you're doing is making her wrong, instead of looking at ways to resolve the problem, which would be called a strategy to avoid being responsible. Those little darn strategies, aren't they a pain in the butt? All right, so that's mine.
Good stuff, though. Nakia, Diva Nakia, what about you?
Well, I'm going to share shortly, and it's simple. And over the past few weeks, I realized that I wasn't being authentic with myself, and I wasn't leading a life of integrity within. I have been being busy and so focused on the world and everyone else and making a difference and making sure everyone else was good, okay, from the storm, before the storm, during the storm. It's always about everyone else. And Ronnie, you asked me a question at one of the last seminars that we did, series that we did, and I started talking about myself. The question was about me. Started talking about myself, and then, like, naturally, like without thought, I started to inspire, encourage, and then lift and empower everyone else. And I drifted easily away from self. And I've come to realize that I have not been living intentionally for myself. I have not been living with integrity and authenticity regarding myself. And it has impacted me to where I have not been able to be. Therefore, I had not been able to do, thus preventing me from being able to have. So the impact of that was me not being able to be responsible, me not having to be responsible for myself and my actions and my lack thereof. And the impact that that has made on me was I became ill last week. And out of nowhere, I just started sneezing and sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. And then my nose started running like water. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Where is this coming from? My ankles had been swelling. My body had been aching. My shoes were no longer comfortable. I even replaced my shoes. It still wasn't working out for me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sleeping well. I was becoming agitated and short from between a dog and just the world. And it wasn't that anyone had done anything to me. And it wasn't that I was focused on taking out anything on anyone or the world, because as far as functionality was concerned, I was still functioning because I was still taking care of the world. But I was not functioning because I wasn't taking care of me in order to be able to have the impact on the world that I could have, because I was incomplete and have been operating in that way for quite some time. And I'm sure possibly a lot of people can relate to that, because it's easy to redirect our attention and get distracted. And I've come to the understanding that I have to stop. I had this whole weekend full of stuff that I was supposed to be doing. Getting my son to his forum in Austin, and I kept saying to myself, well, if I can just make it through the weekend, make it till next week, I can rest. Okay, I can stop. But I'm like, my body said no, and life said no, and you're going to stop right now. And I did. And so on Friday, I was off. Now I was supposed to travel Thursday evening, got off late, was supposed to travel Friday. I was off. I slept. I got up, got my son ready for school, did what we had to do. I went and did all of my assisting and everything I was supposed to do that day. And then Saturday, I woke up late. I said, I'm not doing anything for anybody, any program, project, or otherwise. I'm going to do what I need to do for me. And as I went through the process of being present and being for me, therefore I can be for my son and anyone else when it's time, I began to feel better. I began to listen to myself, listen to my body, and become aware of what is actually going on with myself.
That's beautiful.
And I had phone calls from my coaches, and I was like, look, well, this is what I've done, this is what I haven't done. I don't even remember what I was supposed to do. I said, but I'll tell you what, I cannot, and with integrity, do anything else for anybody or anything else, period. And I'm not going to do anything else until tomorrow. But as far as today, I'm done. This is about me. And they were at peace with it. They were complete with that, because I was communicating and I was being authentic and I was being for me, taking a stand for myself. And today I continued with the church. Ooh, it was beautiful. And did the things that I needed to do. And I made it home in time to be present here for you guys. But I'm still taking care of me. And I'll be back at it tomorrow, back to work. But I'm more aware, and I'm listening, and I'm taking action, and I'm putting strategies in place. So therefore, I won't return back to where I was, because it's uncomfortable. But it's an uncomfortable that are warning signs. They're alerts for you to listen to. They're not uncomfortable to where you're making progress and you're accomplishing things. So we have to be mindful and aware of what.
Well, you're kind of going toward now you're being there for everybody else while you were really doing great sharing about you. So I'm pointing that out.
I got to be mindful.
I'm just pointing that out because that is how wired the mechanism is.
You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's one. But and here's the thing from just for some of the participants, in our previous the seminar, which was like, because this is an advanced seminar, so some things we we only touch on lightly because they're in a different seminar, and you can get them online. Was the your sentence, okay, and what you got convicted, and it's so great because what Diva Nakia, the Empress of Faith, the word she used to convict herself, or what the conviction is that I'm not important.
Mhm. Yeah.
And everything is wired to either do what? Prove that she's not important, or disprove. So it's that mechanism. So, so of course, I could have bet money. I could have took this one to Vegas that you were going to overdo it.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it. I knew it. And I knew it so much, I said, Diva Nakia, before you overdo it, call me because I want to talk to you about it so that I can lay out something for you so that you will not overdo it. And you know what Diva Nakia did? Not do it.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say, you know what, let me call the guy who said, call him before I do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around, and I kind of know you a little bit. Trust me.
Yeah.
Because the mechanism is that strong. But, like I said, we all, we're where we at, and this segment is we're way too. No, let me take that back, because this segment is perfect, because everything that got shared was powerful, and the coaching is made available. So let me get that out of. See, that's the mechanism, hey, because I part of my strategies. Hey, look, wait just a minute, structure. That's a protection. Me and Mr. Spock be hanging out. Diva Nikki, grab this and get people back into the course.
Yeah. You throw Diva Nikki under the bus. Took too long. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you all have had opportunity to hear us share, and of course we're looking forward to you experiencing your own conversations and shares as well. So here we are, the current world of having. What do you hear when we say having? What do you hear when we say occurring world of having? Take a moment. Get present. What is there for you? What do you hear? The occurring world is the combination of conversations we have about the physical or real world, giving us our experience of life or how we are living life. Now, what do you hear when we say having? When we say the occurring world of having? Take a moment. Get present. What is there for you? What do you hear? Whatever you are present to from this inquiry, do not make anything bad or wrong or something that needs to be fixed. Just simply allow it to be. See, the current world of having the current world is the context or framework from which we experience our life. It empowers our experience of having or disempowers our experience of having. Remember, we're not speaking from the truth, quote unquote. Try it on as part of the inquiry and see what is available, and that makes a difference. So let's try on the Diva's context for having. Having is the manifestations of one's word in the physical and spiritual world. Your word, your conversations create the occurring world that manifests the life you experience and results produced in the physical world. Is anyone wondering why they are struggling in some areas that are important to them and doing great in others? Well, the areas you're doing great, are the areas you consistently have conversations that empower those areas, that are ingrained, they're automatic, a great habit. The areas that persist as problems, or you struggle to produce the results you desire, are areas knowingly or unknowingly you consistently create issues to disempower yourself from having what you desire. So, you're sharing. Now, we can tell many of you are excited about what you are discovering, and others are in a totally different space. But regardless of where you are in the conversation, there is nothing wrong. You are not wrong. Allow yourself to be exactly where you are because it is perfect. Now, we're going to take a few minutes to answer a few questions you have sent us and share some of the results you created. All right. So, looks like Sabrina in Portland, Oregon. Or she says, Divas, I want to thank you and Ronnie B for presenting these programs. They are transformational and a genuine blessing. There were two conversations you had where I saw something about myself that was keeping me from having the man of my dreams and being married. Interesting. The first was when Diva Nikki shared how she would withhold her love until the other person said it first. That hurt. It was like she put a mirror in my face. Man in the mirror? Okay. What's worse is for me. They can say it, but I'll question them anyway. Wow. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Sabrina, and I'm glad that helped you. The second was a conversation Ronnie B.
It don't sound like it helped her.
Well, the man
no, just go ahead and
continue.
I didn't
They
hear
made her look in the mirror. They made her look in the mirror.
Okay, all right, go, keep going.
Okay, the first part of the solution is admitting another problem. Okay. The second was a conversation Ronnie B. had with the Empress Nakia when he said, I remember this, you think your romantic ideals are fantasies when they are what you really want. Your strategies trick you out of what you really want and have you say you want something else. If you say you want to be in a romantic relationship and you are not, then your actions are creating the results. Your actions betray. You're actually saying something different. That really hurt. I felt like Sabrina, kind of harsh on yourself, honey. That really hurt. I felt like an absolute fool until it hit me. The ugly, ridiculous truth is that one of my strategies is using being a Christian woman as an excuse to keep men who had romantic interests away. They would never meet my standards, and if they did meet those standards, I would certainly not have the time to give them a chance. Of course, after they give up chasing me, I would say they weren't the right one anyway. You know, blame it on them. I'm familiar with that story. Oh, too well, Sabrina. Thank you for sharing. So when all that started being revealed, I just cried and cried. It seemed like for no reason. I just didn't like the reason. I was present to all the love and passion I had denied myself from fear of being hurt. That's deep. There's a guy who for years who has made no secret he wanted to explore the possibility of us being in a romantic relationship. And I saw him with new eyes. I asked him out to dinner. He was shocked, and we had a great dinner afterwards. We went to my place, and for the first time in years, I honestly thought about letting a man make love to me without all the right, wrong, and fear. This has been a huge breakthrough for me. Thank you. Please keep presenting these courses. They are wonderful. Wow, Sabrina, if you are listening and joining us tonight, thank you for sharing. And all I can say is congratulations. And I look forward to hearing more about what's for you on the other side, on this side of the conversation.
You know, something that, I just wanted to say about one, and want Sabrina, thank you for your authenticity. And thank you for, really distinguishing out the conversations. And see, that's all we're just having a conversation. And it's sort of like, you got that 2 a.m. and it's been a long day, evening, and you and that friend, that friend. Doesn't have to be your lover or whatever, that friend who y'all just sit back and you're having a cup of coffee. And you're just actually saying what's there, an adult conversation. And so I just wanted to really acknowledge that. And I wanted to acknowledge that you really got that it was not something wrong with you, that the strategy. Because, see, now you can start being responsible for your strategies. So it's not like, hey, and the strategies, as I said, they are now. We're at session number 4. Right now it's like everyone's just kind of now. You may be getting great results, and you may be in the muck of it. Like I'm not getting great results, but I'm seeing something I don't like none of it. Or it might be I don't know why I'm here. But there's something I know, but it's all flying past you. Okay, whatever. You're in the right place. You're in the right place. And I do hear that you have freedom to just look at what you want. So let me let Diva Nakia continue. Go.
Diva Nikki.
Diva Nikki. I get caught up. hey, when you got sisters from another mother, you're bound to get them all confused. You know which one I'm talking about.
Okay, so now we're at the current world of doing. What do you hear and what are you present to when we say the current world of doing? Are you present to work or obligation? Are you present to fun or recreation? Are you present to should or shouldn't, guilt, shame, or blame? Are you present to wants or desires, lack? How about FUD? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Whatever you're present to, it doesn't matter, because our here is present because let's check the definition, okay? The Diva's context for doing. The action and efforts consistent with producing and manifesting results from the conversations we have for our current world. The work that happens or does not happen because of our words and the conversations we create. Consider this. Consider this. Whatever you're doing is a function of your word. If you are working on things you do not desire, what are the conversations that have you stuck? More importantly, what are the conversations that keep you from taking the action, doing the work? Look at your list of desires. Ask these questions. Is this something I truly desire? Or is it something I think I should have? Or I am some way obligated to be? Is this a desire? I am truly willing to do the work. Do my conversations and results say something else? Is there...
Your actions will betray those conversations. Woo.
Is there a bigger desire you can create which fulfills, would resolve or empower unfulfilled desires? We're going to move on, and you should continue the inquiry after the session. The Recurrent World of Being. Yes, I did alter my voice slightly for that. I hope you all enjoyed the alter. Okay. So the Recurrent World of Being. What do you hear? What are you present to when we say the Recurrent World of Being? Simply get present to being. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And slowly exhale. One more time. Take a deep breath. Now slowly exhale. Keep your eyes closed and get present to being. Simply being. Notice what you notice. Allow yourself to be present to yourself. Please open your eyes, stretch, taking a good, solid breath. A definition of being. Present article of being. Existence. For example, the railroad brought our town into existence. The nature or essence of a person. Sometimes one aspect of our being has been developed at the expense of the others. A real or imaginary living creature, especially an intelligent one, alien being. The deepest context for being. Our behavior as manifested in the physical or spiritual world from assessing the power found in our words. All right, Bonnie B and Diva Nakia, are there any insights that you would like to share on being?
Real quick, it's the one thing I really love about that is that it's, as it says, accessing the power found in our word. And I dare to say, acknowledging it.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. So our power to have is based in what actions we take and our behaviors, which sounds simple. If I do the right things, I will have what I desire, and then I will be fulfilled. Do, have, be. What if we got it wrong? And while our approach has generated success in some areas, maybe even great results, it is still lacking in areas important to you. Here's the good news. Let's try this on. If I am being fulfilled, I will take the actions consistent with someone who is fulfilled and have my desires manifested in the spiritual and physical world. Be, do, have. When you are being successful, you naturally do the things successful people do. And you have the results successful people have. When you are being healthy, you naturally do the things healthy people do. And you have a healthy lifestyle. Being always starts with your word and your choice to have conversations that empower who you are being, which creates an occurring world that fulfills your desires. Creating.
It almost sounds like in some ways it's like, well, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Duh.
So, creating integrity as workability. Telling the truth. This next segment will be with none other than Ronnie B. Take it away.
All right. Now, we would like you to look at integrity through this context or distinction. Integrity is the state of being whole and complete, honoring one's word as oneself. Now, if you notice, there's no explicit or implicit blame, shame, or guilt. There's no right, wrong, or fault. When we look at integrity as a source of power, freedom, and ease, we see integrity as workability. Workability may align with a spiritual or moral view, and it is distinct and separate. The first part of our distinction for integrity is the state of being whole and complete. Whole and complete simply means missing no parts. When we operate from integrity, we are in a state of being whole and complete. If a bicycle or submarine is missing any parts, it's still a bicycle or submarine, but it doesn't work as designed. It loses power. If there's spokes missing on the bicycle wheel, you'll ride and it'll start wobbling. Now, you can still ride it, and eventually it's going to break down. Submarine, hey, you get a leak here, a leak there, it's going down. Now, as human beings, when our strategies or the occurring world filter our view of reality, the effect is a loss of integrity. As human beings, when our strategies or the occurring world filter our view of reality, the effect is a loss of integrity. It costs our power, freedom, and full self-expression. We are not as effective. Let's look at the second part. Honoring one's word as oneself. Your experience of life lives in your conversations. Your experience of yourself lives in your conversations for and about yourself. I'm fat. I'm just too fat. Well, you said it, you're experiencing it. No matter how much someone else is saying, you look great. You just about right. Your experience. Now, ultimately, our conversations for and about ourselves, whether it is positive or negative, is the degree we know ourselves as being our word. The universe acts on our words, and others around us act on our words, which is a lot of power. If you're overloaded, you got all this stuff to do. You have trained others. Take this on. You've trained others that that's the way you want it. And we're going to get to that in another session because there's a way to break that up where others start being resources to you that you have not been allowing them to be. You know, for the young lady earlier, she might want to also look at the fact that maybe part of that strategy is that you would have to allow someone to help you, like for real. Now, honoring our word goes beyond merely keeping our promises. It is how we are being when we fail to keep a promise and being responsible for the world we are creating with our words. When you break your word, people, they may not call you on it, but they stop asking you. Yeah, you may want to contribute. They go, nah, you know, the last time they said X. And they do it too. We all do it, you know, and we all don't call each other on it. Or we just don't ask each other. We don't make a request that we know will make a difference because we want to protect, the strategy wants to protect us from looking vulnerable or needy. Now, we're going to start the process of creating the space for workability with an exercise. And you know who does the exercises around here? Diva Nikki. Oh, Diva Nikki? Okay, the technology and, okay, something happened with Diva Nikki's technology. So I'm going to go ahead and go on with
no.
Okay, no. Diva Nikki, we got that technology working. Okay, all right, Diva Nikki. Okay, let's get that exercise going with them.
Okay, so creating integrity adds workability. So we have a little exercise intended to empower you in creating integrity as workability and having results with velocity. We want you to create the following categories: relationships, health, spiritual, wealth. Under each category, write 3 complaints and write each is a stop or barrier for you producing results. If there is a person who impacts the complaint, write your name. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to work on your list. We're working on our list along with you while we share what we see so far in the exercise.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how many complaints you can find you have.
Right.
The thing that I can share, I just right away, is that it's like peeling an onion, and you peel off one layer, and you're like, but you know what, God, I didn't look how much baggage I had from this other crap over here. You know? But what I love is that you know, like if you take your eye off the target, you always miss. And having this conversation keeps the eye on the target, and which I say is a good thing. So that's what I see so far.
Okay. Diva Nikki?
I am just I'm taking in and listening and absorbing the conversation, and it's so familiar and relatable, and that's empowering for me because it's some clarity in different aspects and different areas of my life, but it's also creating workability for me. So I'm in a good space.
For myself, I am in the being. I am all the way in and being present to not just where I am at the moment, but in the being present of what I'm desiring. And what that feels like in the as if. So that becomes my current world. That becomes my current world of having and being. So, okay, so next we're going to create two columns, okay? One labeled strategy, the other labeled freedom and self-expression. Pick an item from your list under the column labeled strategy. Write the actions you take to avoid being hurt or looking bad. Ask yourself, how long have you allowed this strategy to run the show? When did you first start using this strategy? And why did you do it? Who did you share the strategy with? Are they empowering or disempowering the strategy? Is the strategy costing your productivity in this area? What are your payoffs for keeping the strategy in place? Good questions, huh? So while you're working, we're going to answer a question from another participant. Glenna from Las Vegas, Nevada. Davis, I keep wondering why you do these courses for free. I like Glenna. I have taken several courses that don't provide near the value. What's up, prosperous Davis? I suspect you will start charging for courses, so we need to enjoy the freebies while we can. By the way, the conversation matrix and learning my strategy or bankrupt has saved me a lot of money in my business. Wow. I was doing things an old way that cost me $38K monthly. I let it go and got a better deal at $18,000. You all are angels. Wow.
I'm really present to Glenna, and what I'm present to about Glenna is that you could kind of look at strategy as an old habit.
Yep.
It's an old habit. Like it's not a bad thing, and when you created that habit, it was like a good thing. But now it's the right habit. And when it becomes the right habit, it kills off possibility of new habits making a better difference, because it has to keep justifying itself. And that's the thing about your strategies, is that when they were originally created to compensate for that failure, for whatever that issue was, when they got created, it was not out of something that wouldn't be good for you. But the nature is that it quickly becomes bankrupt, because that strategy tries to be everywhere for every situation, and it's just bankrupt. And Glenna, we can send you a bill.
Yeah, that was great. What I thought about when as I read that was how for people who do their own social media for their businesses and don't understand that social media, especially major mediums like Facebook and Instagram, change their algorithms and how they function with your audience on a very, very frequent basis. And so they may continue to do something that was working for them for 6 months in their business, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work, and they're still using the same tactics. They're still using the same strategy, hoping to get some results, and not without an understanding, and it's costing them time, energy, and money until they get the update.
Yeah, that is how it can go. And now just to address, Glenna, we have our free workshops and seminars, and part of that is that it's to make sure that we're always providing value, whether it's through a free seminar or whether Diva Nikki provides one-on-one coaching and through her coaching business, or Diva Nikia, Empress of Eighth, provides services through her individual business. And the Prosperous Divas, just to let you know, we have a very, very powerful workshop that will start at the end of October, a couple of weeks after this one completes. And that one does cost. And it is, I'll just say, the cream of courses. And it's Creating a Prosperous Future 2018. And where it picks up from the webinars and workshops that we provide to the public to create value, is that many of the topics that we go through, we can only we can't go in depth. We can't give you one-on-one. We don't have we can't do that in this kind of format, and for that we have to charge. So in that course, that's where you're going to be able to get some one-on-one instruction that's separate from the weekly seminar itself. We're doing the week and during the month, so it's going to be a lot of work, a lot of fun, and you'll have to pay to have those features. So that should make you happy now that you're saving money, but I think I need to turn this back over to Diva Nikki.
Excuse me, I had the phone muted again. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Once again, yes, and thank you for giving Rena all of the information that she needed to know why we're doing what we're doing and what's going forward, what's to be expected. Okay, so now, next, right under the column labeled Freedom and Self-Expression, write 3 words that would leave you empowered. Who would you need to be, and what would you need to own to empower yourself in dealing with the strategy? Do you see where the strategy is an integrity issue? You can't be whole and complete with a big gaping hole in your power, can you? Now that you acknowledge the strategy, what will you do and by when? We will continue the conversation on the other side of the break with partnership, keys to success. The time is 6:11. Please return in 6 minutes at 6:20, at 6:21, 6:22.
That's a little bit more than 6 minutes.
Oh my gosh, what am I thinking? Okay, wait, 6:17. I'm in my own world. I'm in my own time. 6:17. Okay, 6:18.
Greetings. This is Ronnie B., and you have been participating in Living Wealthy Relationships, a New Day. And tonight's session has been inspiring, moving, and we're just taking a moment. I'm taking a moment to share with you during this break. You are on break, and enjoy your break. Anything that you see, anything that's opening up for you, be with that. And I'm just going to touch on a couple of things, okay, just to share with you. One, when we look at the world of being, and a lot of the, I'll just say, some of the core concepts or context that we come from in the Prosperous Leaders courses is who you choose to be in the matter. We work with a conversation. We work with a context that the conversations you generate create the experience of your life and form the actions that you take. The conversations you have and actions align, they line up. When they don't align, who you're being is not in integrity. It's not whole, it's not complete. Your actions and your words being consistent is authentic. You get to choose your conversations. But somewhere, somehow, the conversation got tilted, slighted. And our exercises and the work we do is a conversation so that we can see where those blocks are so that we can remove them and have freedom, power, expression, experience of the love and joy we want in our lives. Deal with challenges powerfully. No, that didn't say have no challenges. Deal with them powerfully. I hope you enjoyed the next part of the seminar. It's our pleasure. Enjoy the music.
Now let me get you to what I'm feeling. Tell you all the things which I'm feeling. You make me feel so good in every way that sometimes I can't speak what I want to say. But if anything, this one's true. Can't nobody love me quite like you can do. That's why I'm saying it should be me and you. You just let me know just what you want to do you down, so we can be together. I'll make you mine forever. Hold you real close and never let go. Yeah. Lose control. Now I am afraid to say I love you, but I will show you if you just let me through that I can be everything that you want in me. Just give me your heart and I'll make you believe. So if anything, this one is true. Can't nobody love you like I'm trying to do. That's why I'm saying it should be me and you. You just let me know what you want to do, so we can be together. I'll make you mine forever. Real close and never let go. Lose control. So we can be together. I'll make you mine forever. Real close and never let go. Till we lose control. Lock you down. I love you. I want you. I need you. new in my life. I just wanna knock you down so we can see things better. I just wanna knock you down. I'll make you mine forever. Never let go. Lose control. So we can see through. I just wanna knock you down. I'll make you mine forever. Never let go. Lose control. I just wanna knock you down. Hold you real close and never let go. Make me love till we lose control. And I'll knock you down, knock you down, knock you down. I just wanna knock you down.
Welcome back from the break. You are here for Living Wealthy, Relationships, A New Day, Partnership, the Keys to Success. Now, we're going to review the conversation matrix. There are three fundamental strategies we as individuals create to deal with challenges, changes, or overcome a failure. Now, these strategies are powerful and provide us a way to win or compensate for failure to be. Sounds like a good thing, right? We use those strategies because at some point in the past, they worked, and we did not have to deal or be with the experience or feeling that made us uncomfortable, the failure to be. What if those strategies have become bankrupt and you don't recognize it? And now they are wreaking havoc with creating partnerships, teams, relationships. They're wreaking havoc with it. Not saying that you don't have good partnerships. You're not on a great team. Your relationship isn't wonderful. But maybe it's not where you want it. What if no matter what new strategies you think you're creating, they fundamentally devolve in those three bankrupt strategies? I'm going to share, here's a really, really good business strategy, okay? I'm an automaker. I build cars. And one of our strategies to save time and to produce more vehicles is that the cars will have one color, black. So whatever car you bought from this car company, you knew what the color was going to be black. Now, that worked for a while. But eventually people said, I don't want a car that looks like everybody else's car, that's black. Aha, we got a new strategy. Red. You know, basic same strategy. You know, I'm going to have it, we're going to sell you this car, but now, because y'all, don't like looking at the same color, we're going to make it red, but it's the same car. So eventually people say, you know what, man, it's just the same car, but it's red. Okay, we got another strategy. White. See where this is going? Now, the strategy becomes bankrupt. Now, you may wonder what company. It was called the Ford Motor Company. Now, we call these three strategies the conversation matrix. The manifestation of these bankrupt strategies lives in the conversations and actions we have with others when we feel threatened, have concerns. There's FUD, our favorite word there, FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt. Each strategy is created during certain ages. Yeah, they are old. Now, the first strategy happened around 4 to 8 years old. Now, something happened. something's wrong here, and you weren't enough. You weren't enough. So you had to do something to compensate for that. So my earliest strategy where something was wrong was I went to a new school, and I did not know how to write my name. So to compensate for not being able to write my name, I became an expert reader. I could read when I was in first grade at a high school level to compensate for not being able to write my name. Now, eventually I learned how to write my name, but reading well is still not being able to write your name well. I have the worst writing that can be. It's not doctor bad, but it's pretty. But to compensate for that, I'm well read. The second strategy, around 9 to 14, something happened, something's wrong here, and you just didn't quite fit in. So you had to compensate. I'll be this way, I'll be that way. I won't be, I will do. I'll be a rebel. A lot of us, you went to high school and you didn't fit in, so you became a rebel to compensate. And you're being a rebel today. Well, the problem is that you're being a rebel in your marriage. And it was cute at one point, and it ain't anymore. Something's wrong here. I don't fit in. Hey, the third strategy, around 15 to 21, something happened. Something's wrong here. And I'm on my own. Mama, daddy ain't coming, the friends ain't. It's bad enough I didn't fit in, and, I can't write my name. I'm on my own. So you develop a strategy to compensate for that. And those three strategies form the conversation matrix. All conversations for partnership, results, team, go through the matrix and determines the conversations that will have you win. And winning, but here's the thing, winning is about you being able to compensate for failures to be. And that's where the mischief is. There's nothing about you having. It's all about you being able to compensate. The problem, the conversations generated by the conversation matrix are based on the past. Now, the team and I, we've had a lot of, we're into the, Diva Nikki, you are into the conversations for strategies, right?
That's right.
You like, hey, she been like, yay, let me get into them. Diva Nakia has been in the conversation for strategies, and it's like, yeah, but I don't know, she loving it though. Okay, something about I heard something, but the technology.
It's like a faint whisper.
Yeah, I heard a faint whisper there. Like I said, she's in it though. But okay, but I'm gonna share a little bit something. Sylvester from Birmingham, Alabama. Divas and Ronnie B. I was struggling trying to figure out my strategies, so I took your advice and asked my wife. Why did I do that? She hit the nail on the head. Let's see. Being a drama queen and making molehills out of mountains when I get scared or think something will be difficult. Complaining when I think if I ask for something, the answer will be no. Being super analytical or critical before I take a chance or justify not taking the chance. If I didn't truly love my wife, I was so hurt. I might have divorced her. The ring of truth was so loud. Once I got over my hurt feelings, it was a breath of fresh air, gave her a kiss, and took her out to a fancy restaurant. All I can say is thank you. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, people know your strategy. People know your bankrupt strategies. And you know why they know them? Because they don't work. you know.
Wow.
And they're like, why are you doing that? It never worked. I don't, like if you have a loved one who says, why do you complain about X? Because it never does anything. That's your strategy, to complain about it. You're not trying to resolve the issue. You're trying to avoid what may happen when you face it.
Mm.
That's the thing about that. That is the deal. That's the thing. But I love that. I really love. And the way he said, his wife told him too. Oh, baby, easy. You'll be a drama queen. And most men don't think of themselves that way. Oh yeah, you'll be a drama queen. Make them. And that doesn't mean that you're not successful. Like wow. But I'll just say that she knows her husband.
That's right.
And guess what? He knows hers.
Right again.
Yeah, but now she might have. I wouldn't doubt the possibility that she was like, "Look, honey, I know I said yours, but I was already 2 steps ahead of you looking at mine." All right. Now, your assignment for the last session was to inquire into your first strategy. Where is this strategy automatic in my life and conversations? When I want to express power and confidence, is this strategy a barrier? Hey, I got this challenge, but instead of expressing confidence and power, I'm whining. Think about that. I'm whining, or I'm complaining, or I'm making it a big to-do. Does this strategy get in the way of me asking for what I want or expressing myself clearly? When I ask these questions, they're just questions asked. I don't know. I'm looking at it myself. Wow, wait just a minute. Because the strategy runs like a river. It runs long and it runs deep. And like we earlier in the way first part of what we said that with Diva Nikki, she had to bring something. And then keep bringing something so that the conversation would go the way she said. Now, if you've been able to determine all 3 strategies that make up your conversation matrix, that is a great thing. Now, if you're struggling, consider these questions. Okay, we're going to go to these nice little questions. Okay, when the going gets tough, what is my conversations? What actions do I take or not take? And it may help to ask a spouse, someone you trust, a good friend, loved one, sister, brother. Say, I got my sisters from another mother here, but they won't hesitate.
Not at all.
Now, they won't hesitate, I will tell you. Now, what do people close to me say I do or ways I behave when dealing with difficult circumstances? I have a friend, and when things get challenging, she takes a nap. That's what she does. It's guaranteed. The situation comes, she got to take a nap. My mother, hers is she'll get a migraine headache. She'll get a headache. Now, continue to work on the conversation matrix during the week, asking yourself, where has the automatic nature of this strategy cost me the fulfillment of my desires? Okay? And in our final segment, we are joined by the Empress of Faith, who is looking at her strategy for the divine mind prosperity blaster. We're taking we're going to go ahead and take a 6-minute break. The time is now 6:31. Please return ready to begin promptly at 6:37. Enjoy your break.
Hey, Ronnie B here, and hope you enjoyed the last session. And our finale is going to be off the hook. It really will be. Remember the conversations we have with prosperous divas are conversations that reveal, conversations that open possibility, conversations that allow you to look at yourself from different angles so that you can choose what's best for you and empowering yourself. That is a good thing. Enjoy the music. Look to see you on the other side of the break.
Drowning in the sea of loneliness, at the bottom is fear and regret. In the rough bed, everything in your head secrets. You lose consciousness, 'cause no oxygen is left. What are you searching for? I'm sure you can find it ashore. I'll dive in and bring it to the surface and breathe new life to make sure your heart is working. Let me be. Was it wrong for me to save you? I never knew you wanted me to. Now I'm thinking, what should I do? It's your reaction, I'm so confused. Why am I running from love if you're the one that I'm dreaming of? You've been hurt 1,000 times before. I promise you won't hurt no more. Let me be. Let me be. Wait, already know what you gon' say, that everything is just a replay. I know your heart is shattered, but when no one comes along, the other shit shouldn't matter. Oh, baby, let me do some CPR. Pump the fluid from your lungs and around your heart. Lift your head so you can look up to the sky. Never have one to rescue, I'm just as scared as you are. But I'ma be there even through whatever. You tell me whether I know we'll come out together. I'ma hold you down like a man should have put it quite simply. You never find your heart valves empty. I'ma hold you real close, keep you loving all night. When we having problems, it'll be alright. Glad that I saved you, 'cause you are my baby. I'm falling so hard, I need you to save me.
Welcome back to the finale for this evening, the Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster, and I need to turn this over to the Empress of Faith, Diva Nakia.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I am Nakia, Empress of Faith, and I have a great Divine Mind Prosperity Blaster for you this week. Woo! Let me be your lifeguard. Ooh!
Oh, well, performance by Dave B. Soul, okay.
Hey, don't be my crash, but be my lifeguard. Be there when I'm ready. All right. Now, rich in life. Okay, now look at yourself today and see how much stronger you've grown. Consider all the value that has accumulated in your life. What once blocked your path now forms the path. What previously was weakness, you've transformed into strength. Through every experience, you've added skill, wisdom, new perspective. Each moment of life has deepened your love and clarified your purpose. Time, trouble, joy, challenge, frustration, curiosity, caring, boredom, and excitement have all deposited value that's now yours. Imagine the good things you can now do with what you now have. Imagine without limits, without guilt or fear or worry. Imagine, then put that imagination into action. Today you are rich in life, more than ever before. Live the richness, express the richness, share it, delight in it, and make good use that creates much, much more. Woo! Wow. What I see myself is being who I am in my future and doing what it takes and what is necessary, but within reason and reliably so, living my life in action with integrity and authenticity encompassed in self-love. Utilizing positive forwarding strategies that won't stop me, but if my strategy does show up and appear, which it will, I will face it head on, acknowledge it for what it is, and continue my push forward. And that means sometimes simply just having a planner, a calendar, very specific, available to me at all times, and writing down everything and planning out my day each day, and including me time, whether it's to take a 30-minute bath or an hour bath or a 2-hour bath. I like those too. Whether it's sitting down and planning and preparing a meal and cooking the meal and just absorbing the moment. Taking a 30-minute walk once or twice a week. It's not going to kill me to give up that time. Cleaning my environment and organizing my life so I can be intentional. So now let's start creating the following categories. Relationships, can't get one. if I'm not taking care of me, not a healthy one anyway. Health, I serve no one, no purpose if I'm not doing what's necessary. Spiritual, getting grounded and staying the empress of faith and living it. Wealth, hey, you got to get my finances in order and keep it structured. So under each category, write 3 situations where creating a space for being rich in life would make a difference. Relationships, health, spiritual, and wealth. Under each situation, being present to any strategies, write what there is about that strategy that is keeping you from creating a space for being rich in life. What conversations can you create that would bring a space for being rich in life into the situation? Ooh, okay, so a few hints for you. Forgiveness, always a hot topic. Yeah, I know. Possibility, hey, what is out there and available? What's possible? Freedom, in every aspect of the way. Or love, my favorite thing. So keep a daily log or post daily on Facebook any results or insights. And please share with the Prosperous Divas. All right. Keep doing your homework or put it to the side for a moment, and let's address structures for existence. But don't not do your homework. You got to definitely keep the work going. So one way we know to keep relationships alive is to stay in the conversation. We have a couple of ways for you to do that. So being at our next session, which is Living Wealthy, Relationships, A New Day, which is going to be Sunday, October 1st from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., please be present for that opportunity. Next, we have visiting theprosperousdivas.com and receiving our free 4-part series, Recognizing Winning Conversations That No Longer Work. You're going to love it. It's awesome. Visiting prosperousdivas.com and receiving Diva Inspiration, a weekly newsletter with insights into the world of prosperous thinking from Diva Nikki and myself, Diva Nikia. Visiting us on Facebook and posting at facebook.com/prosperous divas. Diva Nikki, please share how people can contact you and any events you want people to join you at.
You know, thank you, Diva Nikia. You guys can keep up with me on my social media platforms currently, and that will be facebook.com, Nikki Chaplin, and also on Twitter, you can follow me at Miss Entrepreneur Nikki. Will be your best following option. And by all means, connect with us. Continue to connect with me and the others at prosperousdivas.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I would love for you to visit myself, Diva Nikia, Empress of Faith, at appointedtimeforyou.com. You can also check me out on my Facebook page. And I'm also going to be giving more information in the near future regarding your ability to contribute to those that have been impacted by the recent hurricanes through a project that I'm working on, Hope Over Harvey. And we're basically going to be contributing to the individuals with something, just a tangible item of love to acknowledge the human being and not the impact. just showing some love. So for more information about workshops and seminars, visit us at prosperousdivas.com. Keep your eyes open for new things and opportunities to get engaged with us and stay involved and active. Thank you, Ronnie B. And tonight's Prosperous Divas are Nakia Franklin, myself, AppointedTimeForYou.com, Nikki Taplin, BizSolutions.com. Please enjoy another selection from Shani, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. Prosperous Divas, prosperity is a mindset that can be created by anyone. Peace and blessings.
Over the years, I realized I wanted to love you forever. And as time passed by, you remain my lifeline. So tonight I promise you my life, you my husband, I your wife. Baby, no more lost time. I want to love you forever. And I stand at destiny's gate waiting to say I do to my soulmate. I knew that as long as it took, I'd wait. But that wait is almost over. And I promise to be all that I am because you are all that I need. I want you to know that when I'm with you, my soul sings, my mind is at peace. When you're away, my heart just grieves. You are everything that I am not. So if you didn't know, allow me to tell you right now that you complete me. And I want to grow old with you. When you're hurt, I want to console you. Be the one to always hold you because you are the sunshine that quietly brightens my day. You are the moonlight that puts me to sleep so restfully at night. Together we can handle any battle. You know that I'm right. See, you made all the difference in my life. And I finally realized that I don't want to live my life without you. Forever is a long time. I see visions of our grandchildren smile, everlasting in our kiss, and our hugs tell me that this is it. So when we say I do, I know that this was meant. I can't give you the world, but I promise to move heaven and earth to put you first because you are more than worthy. You are the roots of my tree. You are all that I need, and I want to love you forever. If you'll just let me and say I do.